All I know is this. If Zach LaVine's going to come here, my hope is that Troy Weaver and Monty Williams and everybody has done their diligence to make sure he fits in well with the rest of this team, philosophically, mentally, physically, and emotionally. There has to be a buy-in there.
Yeah, that's why they did say they did draft Cade Cunningham. They said that they identified the fact that he's a leader and he's a connector. And I remember that there was some pre-draft video that was talking about asking a lot of Cade's draft mates, like, who's the alpha in this class? Mm-hmm. Who's the top guy in this class? And a lot of them were like, oh, that's Cade Cunningham. That's Cade Cunningham. That's Cade Cunningham. You know, and so... And the reason why I brought up the fiery aspect, it was just out of a conversation that Stick and I were talking about, and I've seen other fans talk about it as well, saying, we want to see Cade a little bit more animated. We want to see Cade do this. We want to see Cade do that. But when you're bringing the type of production that he is night in and night out, that to me is leading by example. Yeah. They just need more talent. And I do believe that Zach LaVine, he upgrades their talent a ton.
For sure.
Overnight.
As long as he's not the second coming of DeMarcus Cousins, I'm okay with that. Because DeMarcus Cousins is really talented too, but he's a bad dude, right? I love that. I love that Cade Cunningham has that moniker associated with him. I think it's really important. I just think it depends a lot. Look, it can be challenging to be a leader, but it can be equally as challenging being a follower. And maybe follower is the wrong word. Playing second fiddle, not having the voice. Zach LaVine, I would guess, and maybe this is an unfair assumption on my part, if he's your best player in Chicago, and he was, you would think he would be your leader. How does he transform coming to Detroit and, all intensive purposes, probably the wrong phrase, take a back seat to Cade Cunningham in terms of leadership? Now, you can have more than one as long as they mesh. Right? You can have more than one leader. That's pretty obvious. As long as they mesh. I like him because I think he's super talented. And I think he's exactly what this team needs. My God, man, this team needs talent. They need players, right?
Yes.
I don't care what they have to give up as long as it's not two or three guys.
And players that know what's going on.
They know it.
When I talk to like Marcus Sasser and some of these guys at the practices and the media availabilities, it's interesting to see them have a good game. And we say things like, we ask them, hey, do you feel like you're finally figuring this out? And the answer we get back? I think so, but I'm still learning the game. It's like we need players that can go out there and just play the game. Nothing against the young players learning, because you know what? Continue to learn, continue to develop, continue to get better. But we need guys, like you said, that can go out there and absolutely do work and do it on a consistent basis. And the type of scorer that Zach LaVine is, he continues to put constant pressure on an opposing team's defense. Like
you got a game plan for him, don't you?
You have to. You have to. And when you talk about opening up space for guys like Cade Cunningham, who right now, every time he touches the rock is going to be double teamed. Every pick and roll is going to be a double team with a third defender hedging up into the middle to try and stop him from getting into the mid range, which is his sweet spot. When you put a Zach LaVine out there, right now you see people leaving, Isaiah Stewart wide open. They're not really
the help defense. They're willing to sag and say, go ahead and take it.
But with a Zach LaVine, if you sag on Zach LaVine, that's either a oop on your head, or either he's going to shoot the three, or he's going to get into that mid range. There's a lot of different options that this presents for the Detroit Pistons.